Ako'y naniniwala na hindi lang naman tayo nandito sa mundong ito para mag-isa, kundi para samahan ang isa't isa. Ngayong panahon na to, maraming kalungkutan, pero sa kalungkutan marami ding kasayahan. Yun ang ating i-discover palagi. Sa kalungkutan, merong kasiyahan. Sama-sama, TLC.
Happy day to you, kaibigan. Kumusta ka na ba? Always keep on smiling because happiness is contagious. Masaya ang buhay, di ba? And you know, do whatever that excites you. Do not put limit on yourself. Tamang igalaw ang inyong mga isipan at patuloy na mag-aim ng mga goals na makakatulong sa paglago ng inyong pagkatao. Maraming salamat at patuloy tayong magsama-sama sa TLC.
Noted, in time like this, napakaligaya at kahangahangang pagmasdan ang magpapamilya at magkakapatid na nagdadamayan. Ang inyong nakababatang kapatid, halina, tulungan lagi ang sentro, TLC.
Kahit gaano pa nakakapanghina, nakakatakot at nakaka-stress ang mga pangyayari sa ngayon, huwag kang susuko. Huwag kang bibitaw sa pag-asang ang bukas ay mas magiging maaliwalas kaysa ngayon at kahapon. Ito ang inyong brand, sama-sama sa TLC.
Nagsimula sa isang iyakan, kalaunay nagkukulitan. Ang programang Students and Me muntik nang iiwanan, ngunit sama-sama sa TLC.
Ang hirap ng buhay, ang daming problema, ang daming pinagdadaanan. Easy ka lang, okay lang yan. Basta't kasama mo lagi si bro, tiyak, kayang-kaya natin yan. Tandaan, sama-sama sa TLC.
The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guest do not reflect those of the host, the show, the management, and the network.
Spirituality which restores relationship with God, self, others, and nature. Dialogue starts from God, and it brings people back to God. God, the most loving and compassionate, He takes the initiative and gives us resources. We are empowered by His love. We respond with faith and humility. Yes, by Him we are sustained. Together we journey with hope. Muslims and Christians, other faith traditions and cultures, living life in dialogue, witnesses and mission. Move on, pilgrims of dialogue and peace. Move on, build up a friendship founded in faith. Dreaming and visioning, journeying to It's possible, it's happening now. It's possible, it's happening now. Together we journey with hope. Muslims and Christians, other faith traditions and cultures, living life in dialogue, witnesses and mission. Move on, pilgrims of dialogue and peace. Move on, build a friendship founded in faith, dreaming and visioning, journeying towards the same direction. It's possible, it's happening now. It's possible, it's happening now. It's possible, it's happening now.
Good evening. I believe that I am not in good. My internet connection is not doing good. So can I just, may I request our technical staff really ano na. Okay, thank you, G. So Ate Rose, parang you are not with us. Okay. There is something wrong, Ate. Okay, it's good. Can you hear me now, mga magagandang ate? Ate Mers, can you hear me well? Oh my God. Okay. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. And I would like to welcome all of you to another episode of Students and Me. This is a part 2 of our theme for this month on interreligious dialogue. This is really a very important, no, as what you have heard earlier in the song. It is possible, no, really to have a dialogue with different faiths, with different cultures. So I would like to welcome. Okay, nasaan ang mga kasamahan ko? We do have really a problem of internet connection this evening. Ate Mers, can you greet our viewers? Ate Rose, are you doing good now? Thank
I
you.
hope.
Ayan. Okay, okay. Coach Edelor is helping us in in our technical stuff. Thank you very much, Coach. You are in. No problem, Coach. Oh my God. Coach Edelor, can you greet our viewers? You just be part of it already. May problema talaga. Oh my God, what's going? So are you doing good, ate? So can you greet our viewers?
I can see you.
You cannot hear me too?
Can,
Oh my God, what's going? So are you doing good?
Tawa.
Bear with us, like viewers did. Okay, thank you, Coach. Thank you, Coach Edelor. So may problema talaga ang ating G. Can we just play a while our another teaser, please, so that we can fix our internet connection? You just bear with us, our avid viewers did tonight, no? We do have a problem with internet connection here in Davao City, and our guests maybe they are not able to come in yet. I do not know. Yes, what's the problem with us? Si Angel Den, hello po. Yan ang problema. Coach Edelor, okay ba maano natin si Ate Mercy? Yung yan. Ate Mercy, are you doing good now?
Naglisod daw sulod si Father Larry and Sinor Asia siguro po.
Never mind, we will just wait. So we have a beautiful coach with us this evening. Thank you really sa help sa help ni Coach Edero. It's good that she is watching us. Nakikita niya ang problema. Kasi I just asked help from the what you call this one, from the BOD, no? Maybe some of them are not ready. So we will greet our viewers. Thank you very much. Okay, nami-miss daw ni Coach Edelor ang ating students and me. Good evening po sa lahat ng mga taga-subaybay ng student and me. God bless us all. Good evening, Coach BFF Loretta. Thank you, Ko BFF. Na-miss ko ang tara manood na. And you have your early greeter. It's Arden. Hello po. Good evening. Watching from Santo Tomas, Davao del Norte. Hello, Ma'am Rose and Ma'am Mers. And hello po sa lahat. Thank you, Ma'am Arden, for always for following us this evening. And we do have Doc Arwin Serrano also, no? We cannot see. I do not know. It's really problem with our StreamYard now. He is watching. Good evening, Doc. Looking forward next month for your guesting in our program. And we have catechist with us watching, Ate Mercy and Ate Rose. It's Ate Rose the plane is watching. Okay, so good evening.
Hi, Rose.
Okay, it's time for you to greet our viewers. I hope that we can survive tonight. Sige po, Ate Rose. Can you greet our viewers?
Okay, to everyone, all our viewers, no? Good evening, even if it is not so good because of the very cold climate, no? And it's very cloudy the whole day. And help us pray that the internet will make us last, no, in the program. So I hope also that our guests can connect tonight because we have a very good pair of guests for you tonight. No? So sana they can connect so that we can continue with our chika-chika, no, about the interfaith World Interfaith Celebration. Okay.
Okay, Ate Mers, good evening. The woman behind all this beautiful program this month. Salsila Forum Davao, no? This is our in coordination or in cooperation with Silsila
Good
Forum
evening,
Davao.
everyone.
Yes, Ate Mers, makakapasok
So,
kaya
good
si
evening,
Father
everyone.
Larry?
Hopefully, makapasok sana sila Father Larry and Nor Asia. So, good evening to our viewers from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao kung merong mga viewers. And we are on our extended celebration of the World Interfaith Harmony Week because of the collaboration and generosity of Talk Life Channel. Instead of a week-long celebration of the World Interfaith Harmony Week, may extension tayo February 8, February 15, and February 22.
Wow, our beautiful catechist na mga igsuon are watching. We have Lori Taiko, Weng Taiko is watching, and Josephine Josephine Desierto also is watching. Hi Wing and hi Josh. Thank you for supporting sa atong mga ate at sa inyong mga ate tonight. Grabe, no? And I would like to announce that this episode of ours, hopefully our guests can join us, no? Because this episode for tonight will be aired, no, in DYWC Teleradio Channel 51 of Phil Product Cable Channel of Negros Oriental. So maayong gabi sa taga Dumaguete, taga Bohol, taga Siquijor o taga Cebu, part of Cebu, and especially to the station manager Father Ram Maata. So good evening sa inyo. No? This will be late telecast to their channel, to their cable TV. Then we welcome you all and thank you very much for allowing us to be part of your channel also. Okay, so Ate Mers, how was the 1 week long celebration since nandito na sila.
Ay, salamat.
Oh, wow, that's good. Hala.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi,
Hi, Father.
Father.
So maybe nasa loob na kasi po kayo. So maybe Ate Mercy can give us a little background of Father Larry, and Ate Rose will give us a little background of Nor Asia. Good evening po, Father Larry and
Good
Nor Asia.
evening. Good evening sa
Nice
mga
seeing you again. Long time no
Yeah,
see.
very sorry for the technical problem.
Yeah, that's really our Okay, Ate Rose, Ate Mers, so that we can start our can you give a
Okay,
background for the
so
Father Larry?
uh, last time we had our basic information on the World Interfaith Harmony Week celebration. And that was the topic last February 1 in this studio. And now, tonight, we have two speakers who are really engaged in interreligious dialogue and really living a life in dialogue. So we are so happy to have them here tonight.
So our first Ate Mers, who is our first guest this evening.
Okay. Uh,
I don't know
sige,
where's
unahin na lang natin si Father Larry
where's
kay hindi pa na
Asia.
okay.
Where's Nor Asia?
Yeah.
Nasa
Nababa po siya, Father.
pa, Father.
Wala, hindi siya.
Okay.
Father,
So,
she's out of the stream already. Baka mahina ang internet niya.
Oh.
This is our problem this evening dito po sa Davao City ngayon, Father. This is our problem. That's why buti na lang nakasurvive
Sige.
yung kanta mo kanina. Natapos. Kasi I've been playing that since before the program started, no? Kaya lang putol-putol talaga. But God is so good. The song that you composed survived, no? And
I have not heard that.
Yeah. We will play the other
Sayang.
song after the
Sayang.
program. Okay? Yeah. Ate Mers, would
Okay,
you give us a little background
shall
of
we
Father
introduce
Larry?
now our first guest sharer? Okay. Our guest sharer tonight is a Filipino missionary priest from Davao City who belongs to the congregation of the Society of Mary or Marist and is now currently assigned in Ranong, Thailand. So that's why tonight he is direct from Thailand to Davao City. His current assignments and responsibilities are the following: Superior of the Marist community in Ranong, Thailand, Chairperson of the Marist Commission for Interreligious Dialogue and Reconciliation, Coordinator of the Marist Asia Foundation Interreligious and Intercultural Dialogue Program based in Ranong, Thailand. He taught missiology at St. Alfonso's Theological and Mission Institute in Davao City right after obtaining his licentiate and master's degree in theology, major in missiology at the Divine Word Institute of Mission Studies and at Divine Word Seminary in Tagaytay City. He is an alumnus of the King Abdullah bin Abdulaziz International Center for Interreligious and Intercultural Dialogue in Vienna, Austria. He was the Christian coordinator of the Silsila Forum Davao, an umbrella of the Silsila Dialogue movement from 2008 to 2016. Aside from his current assignments as religious priest, with all his interreligious dialogue engagements, he is also a singing priest and still finds time composing interreligious dialogue inspired songs. That's why a while ago, we played one of his composition, Signs of Horizon. Sayang, hindi niya narinig. Okay, friends, let us welcome direct from Ranong, Thailand to Davao City, Father Hermes Larry Sabod of the Society of Mary. Virtual applause for Father Larry.
Hi, Father. Good evening. Nice seeing you again. Welcome to
Good
Talk
evening.
Live channel. It's a great honor to have you here.
Good evening, as we do here in Thailand, Sawat Di Krap.
Wow.
So it's great to be part of your program, and it's a privilege to be here with you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And maybe Ate Rose, Asia is down already. Could you introduce her so that we can let her in our stream this evening? So
Okay, so our second guest is our second sharer tonight. Or first, either
Nor
of them
Nor Alor
will
Nor Asia message me.
oh
yes, yes, Ate, she is down, but hindi siya naka-on ng camera. I do not know. Okay, maybe if she's okay, just tell us, Ate, if she's okay. Okay, so we just continue introducing her, Ate Rose, so that when she
okay.
comes, okay.
So she is an interreligious dialogue practitioner, facilitator, and peace educator. She was the Muslim coordinator of the Silsila Forum in Davao City under the umbrella of the Silsila Dialogue Movement from 2010 to 2019. During her college years, she was one of the active core leaders of the Mindanao Tripartite Youth Corps, MTYC, a tri-youth desk of the Bishop Ulama Conference, or BUC, that aims to advocate peace through interfaith, intercultural dialogue among young people in Mindanao. In 2017, she completed the King Abdulaziz National Center for Interreligious and Intercultural Dialogue International Fellows Program, KFP, in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and Vienna, Austria. During the early stage of the COVID-19 pandemic, she opened a training center in the community here in Davao for the Muslim children who have no resources to access internet connections. It was her responding to the needs of the poor children. At present, she practices her teaching profession at Santa Ana Central Elementary School, Davao City. Friends, let us welcome Noricia Madali Adilao. Okay.
Okay, good evening, Ma'am Nor. Thank you. Welcome to Talk Live channel and students and me po. Would you mind greeting our viewers this evening, Ma'am Nor?
Good evening. Hi, finally I'm here. Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
So may pagka-blurred nga talaga no. Ang Davao City po talaga
Okay.
according to our
Okay,
technical po.
so my apology. Maybe because of
No
the
problem.
internet connection, I was not able to come in on the right time. Yes. Yeah. So good evening to all our viewers and happy World Interfaith Harmony Week. So I hope that all of us are safe and still kicking, no, despite all these challenges of the pandemic. So it's good to be here finally. Ma'am
Oh,
Mercy,
thank
Ma'am
you.
Rose, and of course Father Larry, all the way from Thailand. Great.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So this is a celebration. You celebrated World Interfaith Harmony Week, but here in Students and Me po, we celebrate this one month long, no? We invite, that's why this is in cooperation or in coordination with Sisila Forum Davao. Ako po si Loretta Juarez po, one of the host here in Students and Me. Kami pong kasamahan ko po si Ate Rose. And Ate Mercy is dumutulong po sa amin really. So thank you very much. So Ate Mercy and Ate Rose, can we start the ball rolling with these two equally ano talaga, no? People who really into interreligious dialogue, no? Grabe ang kanilang
parang makuha na.
Yeah. So can I ask the first question, Father and Ma'am Nor? Okay.
Okay.
So usually, this is really, this is I before that, Father and Nor, I would like to inform you that this episode of ours this evening would be aired in DWC, DYWC, a radio, teleradyo channel po, channel 51 po sa Dumaguete City, Father, with Father Ramonito Maaram na. Okay, so this is just a late telecast for them. So, okay, so what is really the basis or the foundation of the teaching of maybe Christianity and Islam in this interreligious dialogue po, Father and Nor? So ano yung basis natin of this ano? Father, would you mind starting first?
Okay. So interreligious dialogue is I would say is part of who we are, and we have a lot of basis in our tradition. First and foremost, we go back to the God who loves us, and interreligious dialogue really help us to know and to get back to who we are. And because our very foundation of dialogue, because we are dialogical people, we are born with others, we are not alone, and we go back to the commandment of love. In the Old Testament, loving God and loving neighbor. In fact, that's the basis actually of the celebration of the World Interfaith Harmony Week or Harmony Month, if you like. And our point of reference is really Jesus Christ. Okay, Jesus who welcomes everyone, regardless of who we are, and that's really who we are. In fact, I must say that if you go deeper, love really means to be in dialogue with others, and so to dialogue is to love. So because we are God's children of God's children, so we are the image of God is love. So we too, our image is love, and that love moves us to open and to share with others, and that's really the basis of that. And we go back to Jesus in that Jesus, when he was in his public ministry, we give us an example of what it means to really love, and he brings that concretely, what really God loves, what love really means.
So in a Christian perspective, really, Father Larry, it's really on the love of Jesus, no? That's why we are into dialogue. So what about in the Islam tradition po, Ma'am Nor? No, in our Christian, it's the love of Jesus that really is the basis of this interreligious that move us into this reality of interreligious dialogue. What about po, Ma'am Nor, sa Muslim, sa Islam po? I'm sorry. Is really the foundation and the basis why we are you into interreligious dialogue. Parang late at hello, Ma'am Nor. Can you hear me, Ma'am Nor? yeah, there is really no, there is really something wrong with our, parang naririnig mo po kami, Ma'am Nor Asia? Sandali. Parang hindi. So before we will continue, I would like to show you some greeters, okay? So we would like to say, hello, Coach Hans, good blessed evening. And we do have Maria
I'm
Bel
sorry,
Lopez.
I didn't get better, no, the question because my connection is not good.
Yeah,
So,
no problem. No problem. I will just review it after this one, Ma'am Nor, ha? Hello, good evening, Ate Mercy, Ate Rose, Father Larry, and Ma'am Nor. That's from Maria Bel
okay.
Lopez. Good
So this is a
evening.
personal, ano, no.
Yes.
For me, is that apart from being a Muslim, it's really mandatory to us to um, yes, I don't have a good signal. Very sorry. Yeah, I can hear you, but my signal is poor. I'm not. I think it's not
No, no,
really good.
you're okay. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Yes,
We
this
can hear
is
you,
really a
Ma'am Nor.
challenge. Yeah.
Just go ahead.
So I don't think if
No, we can hear
that
you.
good.
Go. Let's go.
I can hear you, ma'am, but it's choppy, no? It's on and off. Not really good. Poor
We can
signal.
hear you well, Ma'am. We can hear you well, Ma'am Nor.
Maybe
Just talk lang po, Ma'am Nor.
because I cannot get really the question.
The question
Ibalik
is the
na
phone.
lang question, Lord.
Okay,
Give
sandali
to
ha.
Nor the question again, Lord.
Can you repeat it, Ate Rose, Ate Mers, to Ma'am Nor, Asia? I'm really cafe, sorry. Okay.
The first question, ako nawala din ako, bago lang ako nakabalik. So,
Yeah,
ito
ganyan
ba ang
talaga.
question mo?
Yes
Oh,
po, the first
many
question
times.
po, Ate Mers.
Okay. So, ang question, Nor, is what are the basis or foundation of the teachings of Islam on interreligious dialogue? Wala na naman si Nor.
Sige. We'll just with our Father Larry. It's good. And Ate Rose even got lost, no? Ganito talaga ang ating problema ngayon, Father Larry. No, it's good that you have a very good internet connection now, Father Larry. Thank you very much. You are with us this evening. May problema. According to our tech po kasi, Father, I say all over Davao, there is a problem of internet connectivity. Okay? Sige. So can we have the another question, Father Larry?
Okay, sige.
So,
I'll try.
wait.
Sayang si Nor.
I will sit work. I will. You said that Father Ate Rose, can you ask the second question to Father Larry? Just
Yes,
for our
kasi while
tonight.
the internet is going on, maybe later when North Asia is here, then we can
Yeah.
she can also make an answer. So,
Nawala
Father,
si
good
Rose.
evening, Father.
Good evening, Ate Rose.
Okay, Father, kasi
Sige,
Her
can I
internet
do it, Lord?
Okay, her internet connection also is not.
Nandiyan na si Rose. Okay.
Okay, are you okay, Ate Rose? Okay,
Sige,
you can do
Rose.
it, Ate Mars. Wala na naman siya. Sige, so that we can maximize our time.
Okay,
Sige,
sige.
Ate Mars.
Sige. Father Larry, can you hear me, Father Larry?
Yes, very clear, Ate Mercy. Ate Mercy, yeah.
Can I be heard?
Yes,
Yes,
you
Ate
can.
Mercy.
So, okay, for the second question, so ito na. Life in dialogue is said to be a spirituality rather than a strategy. Can you elaborate on this, Father Larry?
Okay, I like that very much, no? Life is a spirituality, not a strategy. My way of explaining that is a bit theological because it go back to the very heart of God, goes back to the very heart of the Trinity, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Wow.
So, because in our understanding, And this is the reason why probably the dialogue, the process of the peace process might not be that successful, perhaps because we see dialogue as something like a solution, a solution that will solve the problem. But dialogue is more than a strategy, a method, a solution, a way. But dialogue is a spirituality because it goes back to the very heart of God. And the very heart of God is I've already mentioned last time, is the image of God, is the image of love. And of course, love in our understanding is really a total giving of oneself. That's what love really means. Okay? It's a God giving himself totally to us. And the concrete expression, manifestation of that giving of oneself is really in the person of Jesus Christ, who himself gives himself totally to us. He died for us. Okay, so this is our Christian tradition. So um, in other words, the Trinity, in fact, okay, the relationship, the Trinitarian relationship is in fact what it means when we say dialogue. So dialogue means total giving of oneself. Dialogue means for me is actually love. Okay, so that's why it is a spirituality. And whether we like it or not, whether there is peace or there is violence, there is war, there's tension, because that's who we are, no one can get that out from us. So and a genuine love, a genuine dialogue always goes out, not going in, but going out. And so when we talk about spirituality, we normally in our tradition we think of the spirit. Okay, is the spirit who moves us, is the spirit who help us to be able to give ourselves totally. So I don't know if that's why I said it's a bit theological, but I just go back to the very simple image of God, that is God who gives himself totally to us. And that total giving of oneself, we can sum it up by the word love. And so that's why for me dialogue equals love, because dialogue is actually giving of oneself. And so that's why it's a bit deep, but I would like to see the dialogue is like that. And so that's why dialogue does not depend on whatever situation you are actually in, because dialogue is that's who we are, that's our identity. I mean, whether you like it or not, we are dialogical people. Now I don't know how to immersive
Yeah,
I'm
I got it, Father. So when you say that, Father, so that's why you mentioned a while ago that sometimes dialogue failed because people in that advocacy maybe see it as a strategy only. So that means that that's why some of the move toward dialogue really failed because of maybe are you saying with us, Father, that it should be part of our life, no, if we want to involve in this kind of advocacy, interreligious dialogue, so that we would succeed in our advocacy. So it's
Yes, yeah.
really a way of
So that's
life.
Father said the Sisila Dialogue Movement always had this has this expression line that dialogue starts from God and it brings us back to God. It's a
Wow.
beautiful it's a beautiful line. So it starts from God because dialogue is actually the uh, the identity that that's the identity of God, which is actually love.
Yeah,
So
wow, thank
so
you.
so it's part of us. We can even it's our way of life. We don't say that. In fact, to be fair with introduced dialogue, some people don't like to involve because it's an additional work. But in fact, no, because that's who we are. So if you think of it's an additional work, so therefore it's this there's something is a different way of understanding dialogue. Because if we understand dialogue as part of us, that's who we are, then it's not anymore an additional work. It's just, it's part of us.
So it will just flow from our life, Father, no? If it is
Yes.
really, it's really a way of life. So it's 7:41. Ang bilis talaga ng panahon, no? So we could have a short break, Father, for our brand partners, and we'll just come back for a while, okay? So
Okay.
mga taga-Tanaw sa Dumaguete, Siquijor, Bohol, and Cebu, magbalik mi, no? And I hope that we can learn something out of this, okay? So Coach Edelor, can you help me out for our brand partners?
David's Faith Insulin Plant Wine is made from insulin plant extract with infusion of healthy fruit sourced from certified organic farms such as Guyabano, Dragon Fruit, and Bignay. Powerful mixture now offers wonderful health benefits. The first all-natural insulin wine helps lower blood sugar. Insulin plant wine, organic, natural, ligtas at epektibong pampababa ng blood sugar. All-natural, FDA approved. Award-winning product. For your inquiries, orders, message Talk Life Channel's FB page. Call or text 0917-887-3227.
Okay, we're back. So talaga namang ang ating connectivity tonight, no, even maybe in the place of Coach Edelor is not really also doing good. Never mind, the show must go on because this is of God's, no. Okay, can we have the talaga naman, so hindi na po talaga nakakabalik si Ma'am Nor, no? Ewan ko, baka
Sayang,
maybe
wala si
next,
Nor.
yeah, sayang. Maybe next Tuesday ate we could invite her once again. So, Ate Rose, is your
Sayang.
connectivity okay? Can you throw to Father
Okay.
the third question? So, very
Okay,
exciting.
sana hindi mawala. Kung mawala, just catch it, Mers. Okay, Father, in your the years of being with the interreligious dialogue, did you maybe you can
Hindi talaga.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ma'am Nor. Mawala talaga si Ate Rose. Okay.
Si Ate Rose. Where are you, Ate Rose?
Okay, we shall remove her for a while, no? So that she can come back later. Okay, Ate Mers, can you just throw the other question? Okay.
Save Ate Rose, Ate Nurse.
Back,
Okay,
but
siguro.
actually, Mers,
Sige.
Ate Rose, your internet connection really is, never mind, just be with us.
Oh, bumalik na si Rose. Sige.
This is funny.
Since si Nor, nandito na si Nor, I will throw the question to Nor kay sayang hindi natin marinig ang very comprehensive na answer ni Nor. So Nor, you have been in the interreligious dialogue engagements for many years. And in fact, bata ka pa noon, nasa interreligious dialogue ka na. So, do you have some experiences of desolations, mga frustrations, mga shadows, as well as experiences of joy, consolations, and lights? Okay. Yun, Nor. Kuha mo, Nor.
Okay. Okay, Ma'am Mercy, I'm back. This is really the challenge, no? Anyway, going back to that question, no, that's also an interesting question. Maybe I'll go with the lights. Being in a very unfamiliar endeavor, no, which is the promotion of interreligious dialogue. There are a lot of joys, not because I consider this kind of endeavor not just as a work, It's really a passion. It's a mission. So for us Muslims, we do mission da'wah, no? This is something, knowing ourselves, knowing the significance of others. So for me, the joy there is that knowing other people, knowing the culture of other people is something different. That me as a Muslim will give me the courage, will give me the enthusiasm to know more about my own faith. And of course, there are also some shadows, but that shadows, instead na nagiging ano siya, parang negative for me, no, na I will not go on. Instead, ginagawa ko siyang positive reinforcement, na dapat magporsigi, no, dapat magporsigi pa at to continue to be more creative of thinking, ways of how to do things better. So yun po yung aking experience, no, as a IRD practitioner, as a peace builder, since I started when I was still, ano pa po, younger time ko pa, when I was in college. So, yun po yung sharing ko for that question. So, I hope okay lang yung sagot ko dyan.
Thank you, Nor. Very beautiful response.
I cannot hear you po, ma'am.
Can't hear
I
you.
cannot hear no audio.
So I've seen you, Ma'am Nor,
Okay.
when during our younger days, during the social action program with Father Bong Dublan during that time. Maybe
I see.
we did not meet personally, but I've seen you during the dialogue also. So during our younger days. So okay. So Father Larry and Nor, no, it's been a what you call this one. We just celebrated the World Interfaith Harmony Week, and the theme is very challenging and beautiful, no. uh Specifically, no, they would say that celebrating the solidarity of moving together as human fraternity to serve our common home. So can you give us your insights on this theme? No, what is the challenge of this theme for this year, especially this time of trying moments, this time of pandemic? No, common home. No, which the earth is our common home. Father Larry?
Okay. As far as the theme is concerned, there are key words in the theme that I see: solidarity, uh, moving together as one, human fraternity. Uh, what's the next one? Um, can you
Common
remind
home po. Yun, the common home.
Serve our common
serve to serve our
Our
common home.
common
Okay. Um, as I already mentioned earlier, that it's part of who we are to relate to others. Somehow there must be something wrong somewhere in our journey that cut that process, And so this theme actually help us to reminds us to get back to that we can only do great things when we move together. That we cannot act alone. And that has been the experience during the pandemic. Countries,
wow.
rich country, people who are rich. The pandemic is not the pandemic is very dialogical. It doesn't choose only one particular culture or particular group. Unfortunately, there are also other groups that are the poor. They mostly suffered so much. But as what I've said, it helps us to go back to who we are. and Pope Francis, and then the title of that book when he went to with the Grand Imam, you know,
Mm-mm.
a human fraternity. So it's actually going back to what I said, that that's who we are. That we are part of this much bigger family. That we can move together as one. And one of our concern this time is the degradation, the our uh, the degradation of creation. Slowly people are really worried about climate change and also things like that. So we are already experiencing the effects of that. So I think before people would say we have to save the world, but who we are to save the world. But this is much better to go back to our responsibility, that yes, we can serve the world, but we cannot serve it alone. We can serve better or greater when we are together, our common home. And whether we like it or not, the home is not anymore, outside of the home is right there. um,
Yeah.
and I can only do that. I can only I can only serve this home when I am with others, and it's much more effective and it's better, and we can do great things.
So we walk together, no, because our the little things that we have, no, the little talents that we have, if we gather it together, Father, it
Yeah.
will, no, it can really truly change, no. We cannot walk alone. Okay, thank you very much, Father. Beautiful insight from Father Larry. What about you, Mom Nor? Any thoughts of our theme for the World Interfaith Harmony Week? Beautiful.
Okay,
I really
so
like it.
yeah, yes, the theme actually is something it's worth reflecting, because it is really the context right now, the situation of our Mother Earth, and then the effect, of this to us, no. So as a Muslim, yeah, I'm always speaking, with the experience, in the context of the pandemic, for instance, that I experienced that one during the lockdown here in our community, that most of the people lived here are, Maranao Muslims. But we feel that we're not alone, because some of our Christian brothers and sisters, help us, not just the material thing, but they help us, but just saying, how are you there? What are the needs that you need this time? So for us, personally, I felt that someone is caring, someone cares for us, no, even they are not Muslim like us. So the word moving together. So I don't think we can move alone, without the sympathy, without the care of other people. No, we are not talking about the same culture or faith traditions here, but as a human fraternity, as a human, as a family. No, in other
Yeah.
words. So maybe we can also serve our common home, which is our Mother Earth, if we go hand in hand. The experience of the climate change, no, if we just pinpoint to somebody, to do initiative, how to take good care of our nature, I don't think we can achieve that goal without helping one another, encouraging and finding ways how to protect our nature. So I think that's the kind of thinking that I have right now.
Yeah, it's really moving together, no? In spite of our what we call diverse culture, we have what we call our diverse faith and even our values in life, no? But we come together and really move forward to serve our common earth, a common home, which is the earth. So we will just, no, for those of you who are watching, can you give us your thoughts, if you have some question for Father Larry and for Mom North, and you are very much welcome. Okay, so I would like to share this thoughts from one of the coaches of Talk Life channel, Father and Mom Nor. kapag nagmamalasakit ka po talaga, you always open to sa dialogue kasi gusto mong may maayos at maunawaan at dahil mahal mo sila, gusto mong makapag-usap para maging maayos at magkaroon ng kapayapaan. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Coach Edelor, and thank you very much for your technical help a while ago. I believe that Ate Merce, you're doing good with your internet connection. I will add you to the stream. Okay. Sige.
Oh
Para
my God.
talaga. Okay. Parang ano si Ate Mercy, she's, down but yeah, nawawala talaga. Okay. So, I am just curious, Ma'am Nor, no, na I believe no, I said a while ago that we were young when I was very young when I also met you. uh, what is it that really your experience, no, I want to go back, no, to our younger days. What moved you really to be involved in this interreligious dialogue? What is your experience? Bakit kasi grabe, you've been here for a long time already now that you are a professional teacher already. Pero no, maybe we were still in that our teenage or 20s, late 20s during that time. So what inspired you to be part of this advocacy of interreligious dialogue as a young Muslim then?
I think what inspires me, no, and motivates me to go on with this kind of endeavor is that, to be with yourself, and you really need to go back for who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Try to understand as well your surroundings as well. So for me, what really strikes me since then, no, we go back to my younger years, is that I was able to be open minded. I see things like I am not only the person in this world. We are all created by one God, although we are using different names and we are praising Him in different ways, but we are all children of Allah, no? Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. We are human. We are created the same, although in different ways. No, we are
Yeah.
still different. So yun po talaga yung nagpapa-inspire sa akin. Another thing is that reaching out, something different kasi, no, when you reach out to somebody who is different from you. I really love the quote, I love difference, no? So in that differences, you will be surprised na from that differences, you will appreciate, no? There is an appreciation of knowing that person, of knowing that different religion, or knowing that different person, no, so that somehow that differences will help you, no, also acknowledging the beauty of that difference. So the more you will curious, no, magiging curious po tayo na alamin kung bakit siya ganoon, no, and then later on ma-appreciate natin, and then ma-accept po natin that that difference will make us more, ano po, yun nga, open-minded, no? Yung love po na sinasabi natin na we will accept the person kung ano po siya, no? And then the more na we will appreciate the person na iba siya sa atin. So yun po talaga yung somehow, no, and something talaga na until this time I get involved sa interreligious dialogue po.
Now I remember what you said, no. Tingnan mo, grabe talaga ang memory ko. We were in a social action office and you said na let us try to erase our biases, no, we young Christians and young Muslims, no, because we were young during that time, Nor. So you really encourage us really to, and you even asked us, no, to really erase really those biases, and so that our dialogue would be effective really. Now I remember, hindi pa talaga ako matanda, Father. Now I remember that was the we were still very young that time. You have
Very
some
good memory.
viewers from Shase Sulu, no? Wow, from Gloria.
Hi,
How do
Ate
I
Glo.
pronounce her family
Ah,
name? Gloria Rigor.
ah,
Did I pronounce it
Doing from
correctly?
Shasi.
Yes, Shasi. And
That's
she
right.
said, she said, patience on and off signal. Yeah, that's it. And then
That's right.
she
Hi, Ate
greets you,
Flo.
Father Larry. Hi, Father Larry. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, do you have another thought? Unity in diversity, even though we have differences in many ways. That's very good. Thank you, Coach Edelor. Okay. Ate Rose, is your connection okay? So that we could have asked at Father Larry a question, yung last question natin sa kanya, as a priest, as we celebrate in the church now the synodality.
Ah, photosynthesis mawala na naman.
Sige
Okay,
lang, ate.
Father, meron kami last question for you.
Okay.
We are aware that the Catholic Church will celebrate the synodality. So, in what way the spirit world
Nawala si
interfaith
sige, ate.
harmony week pave the way to the vision of a synodal church?
Okay. Thank you, Ate Rose. It, here in Thailand, I attended the 5 days virtual synod, diocesan synod, right? And it was not easy because it was all in Thai, you know, and
Ah,
uh, the only line that I can say very well is "Sawat di krap." More than that, don't expect more. Anyway, so when I attended that synod, that one thing that struck me really in the synod, although the church in Thailand is different from the church in the Philippines, um, what struck me is the process. I've been asking about it. The process was they start with a mass, and then uh, and then uh, uh, lectio divina, and about 45 minutes presentation, and then the afternoon we have the sharing. And then, of course, I can skip the mass because we already have celebrated the mass. Um, but the afternoon session you couldn't escape because we will divide it into different groups to break. We were put into
break
different
rooms.
rooms, break rooms. Yeah. So anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is, um, I have been in our group. I have been actually emphasizing because we are our context here in Thailand. We are on the border, so we have a lot of migrants from Myanmar. In fact, the people we are serving is actually the people from Myanmar, the factory workers, the migrant workers, and then we have and their children. They are also studying in our learning center. We call it. Okay, so I have been emphasizing about interreligious dialogue. Of course, I'm not sure if they're really interested about it, but anyway, it's very, very important because as a church, okay, in the Catholic Church, one thing that Pope Francis is emphasizing in the synodality is actually journeying together. So it's a bit like moving together. Okay, that's what the synod is about. Because before the understanding is just the synod of bishop, but Pope Francis this time, no, this is for the church, and the church is us, all of us. So we will be journeying together, and so that's why all the parishes and dioceses are actually preparing for this. In 3 years' time, we're going to have a synod in Rome. So that means this is a different one because everyone is involved. We are moving together. Together we can do greater. So in fact, North Asia attended of the sessions in the parish, and she really enjoyed that one. But that was on the synod, all the preparation for the synod. So you're talking about the celebration of the World Interfaith Harmony Week. Well, that's really what we are on about. We are challenged. We are challenged to bring about peace, to bring about harmony, and hopefully this World Interfaith Harmony Week at least can promote um, people, encourage people to become agents and bearers of peace and harmony. And we can only do that, and we keep on emphasizing we have to move together. We have to journey together, and that's what synodality was about. We journey together as a church, as a people, regardless of who you are. Um, and in fact, in our synod here, we have Buddhist participants. So really, it was great. Although I couldn't understand a lot of it, but I had a translator. But it was great, and you can feel that this is what it is. This is what the church is on about. It's really about moving together, journeying together as a church, as a people.
Wow.
Thank you.
Very nice, no? As much as we want to continue our conversation tonight, I hope that we could have you both soon, no? So it's already 8:07. We do have another show at 8:30. Could I ask your parting words, Ma'am Nor and Father Larry, just to inspire, no, those who will replay and those who will be watching this episode again, really on moving together and walking together, not so that in harmony, that we can really have, especially in our theme, no, so that we can serve better our common home. Ma'am Nor?
I am encouraging everyone, no, especially our viewers dito sa student and me, no, that dealing with different people, dealing with different culture, it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of patience. Um, but if we know very well who we are. It's not that, we don't have that kind of feeling na matakot tayo, no? Instead, maging, ano po tayo, maging joyful, maging courageous enough to deal with that kind of feelings. I know po na in interreligious dialogue, it's not that easy po, no? There are a lot of challenges. But if we believe that this is the kind of love that we want to we want to spread, no, which is given to us, no, yung love of God and love of neighbor. We will continue po spreading that kind of goodness to other people, no. So as a Muslim, as a Muslima, we are we are mandated by our God to give love to everyone. So how can we give that kind of love? Magkaisa po tayo, we give mutual respect, and we continue building a harmonious community po. Yun po talaga, no, na how can we build a harmonious really community? Of course, we need to be sensitive, we need to be positive, and makiisa po tayo sa mga magagandang programa po sa ating komunidad, no? Hindi po natin tingnan kung anong klaseng tao siya, no, or anong klaseng religion yung kasama natin. Dapat po as a human family po, as a family, we can do better po talaga, no, if sama-sama po tayong mangarap at syempre po gawan po natin ng action. So hanggang dito lang po at maraming salamat po sa invitasyon.
Wow, thank you very much, Ma'am Nor. Father Larry?
Okay, for myself, I resonate with what Norrisha was saying. But for me, simple lang, do not be afraid to relate with others. Often we have a lot of, because of our prejudices and biases, we are afraid to reach out. But it is only in reaching out that we discover the potentiality, the richness of our humanity. Yeah.
Wow.
So it is in relating. It is in relating with others, no, that the goodness of the goodness of who we are, the richness of who we are, that we discover. If I start to relate to others, I discover that somehow that completes my being me, and that's true with also our religion. There's some elements of other religions or other faith traditions that somehow um, becomes part of us, and that it is only in opening ourselves that we realize that in fact, uh, in moving together, we can actually serve better. We can serve the common home. So I'm really grateful to be part of this conversation, and we hope that all of us will continue to work as people of dialogue, as agents of harmony and peace. So thank you very much. Thank you very much to all of you and for the invitation. And we hope to see you again. And people of dialogue, don't give up. Don't be afraid to relate to others. It is only relating to others that we discover who we are. Thank
Wow,
you.
very beautiful and inspiring message, Father. I am challenged. Ate Rose and Ate Mercy, I have nothing to say. No, I've learned so many things. Even though we do have some internet connectivity na problema, still we have a beautiful conversation tonight. Ate Rose, your thoughts, no, before we will end.
To start with the dialogue, we start in our family itself. We are directly with, we go along, we go to our family, to the other community, and then to the global community. But the essence of dialoguing, no, with life is already there. Yun or
Thank you, Ate Rose. No, we survive, Ate Rose, in spite na hindi masyado maganda ang ating connectivity. And nandito na naman si Ate Mercy, at least nakahabol. Nakaakyat ulit. Grabe talaga
Okay,
ang
ako,
ating
malaking pasasalamat. Malaking pasasalamat for Nor Asia and Father Larry for gracing our show, our edition tonight. And gaya ng sinabi ni Father, no, and he also mentioned this in his song, Dialogue is Possible, It's Happening Now. I'd like to say, padayon, padayon, continue despite of the many challenges. Good evening.
So, good evening, Father Larry and Ma'am Nor. Thank you very much in behalf of the Board of Directors of Talk Life Channel. We are honored and grateful for your presence this evening. Father Larry, I would like to ask your permission. We will always be playing your two songs here in our program for the next coming Tuesdays po. It would be okay
That's
with
good.
you.
That's good.
Yeah.
Actually, I have another one. Is about the pandemic. Maybe you're interested. I can
Wow.
see.
Yeah,
I
you
share.
can share it with us, Father. Since I cannot play it already, Father, because it's 8:14 in the evening, as much as I
That's all
want to
right.
play it. No? So, thank you very
Next time.
much. Maayong gabi sa tanan. And I hope that we learn. No, you
Happy.
can always, Ma'am Nor and Father Larry, you can always share this episode this tonight to your friends. No? Pwede pa nato ning atong ma-share. No? And I will share it also to DYWC right away after our program. So, makadungog ang taga Siquijor, taga Bohol, taga Dumaguete, and some part of Cebu in our episode this evening. So, maayong gabi, good evening, magandang gabi po sa lahat. And again, see you all next Tuesday for another inspiring and fruitful episode as we have our advocacies and interreligious dialogue. Magandang gabi and see you all next Tuesday.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you po.